In the top stories, additional charge laid in fatal hit-and-run incident. J.U. Kelly charged for robbery and firearm possession, and St. Kitts tourism officials interviewed in Trinidad and Tobago. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Refer a friend and get $50 cash back for you and $50 cash back for your friend on loans of $3,000 and over at Courts Ready Cash. Plus, you get flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Apply now. Visit shopcourts.com. The more friends you refer, the more cash back. What are you waiting for? Make every moment count with a loan from Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
In cricket, there are a few essentials: a bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
49 years of mass
cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From Wetfest to Foodfield, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass, 49 years of mass.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Police have laid an additional charge against Brent Edwards for a hit-and-run vehicular accident that resulted in the death of Florence Ella Merchant of Hickman's, Nevis. In a release on Wednesday, police said Edwards was further charged on July 24th for the offense of causing death by dangerous driving. He was previously charged for failing to immediately stop at the scene of an accident on July 17th. Edwards was granted bail by District C Magistrate Her Honor Yasmin Clark on Tuesday with two sureties in the sum of EC $50,000 each. He has been ordered to surrender all travel documents to the court and is required to report to the Charlestown Police Station daily between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. On July 15th at around 7 a.m., an elderly woman, Florence Ella Merchant, was found injured on the side of the road by a passerby. Miss Merchant was transported to the Alexandra Hospital, where she was found to have a broken arm, a broken hand, and numerous cuts and bruises. She died on July 17th. Police say they have charged 24-year-old Jehu Kelly of Gingerland, Nevis on 6 warrants in connection with the robbery that was committed on July 7th at Lovers Lane, St. Paul's, St. Kitts. Kelly was wanted for several days and turned himself into police on Friday. On July 24th at the Sandy Point Police Station, Kelly was charged with 4 counts of robbery, 1 count of possession of firearm, 1 count of possession of firearm with intent to endanger life or cause serious bodily harm. The following day, 3 other charges were laid for an unrelated incident that occurred on March 11th in Old Road. He was charged with 1 count of robbery, 1 count of possession of firearm, and 1 count of possession of firearm with intent to endanger life or cause serious bodily harm. He has been remanded to prison. Following the inaugural flight of Caribbean Airlines into St. Kitts from Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts tourism officials appeared on the Now Morning Show on TTT Live in Trinidad and Tobago to speak about what the launch means for the destination. Responding to a question posed by host Kimberly D'Souza, CEO of the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, Alison Thompson, spoke on how the introduction of this flight will boost the economy and the returns that are expected locally.
I think one of the wonderful things is we want to move St. Kitts to a year-round destination. Traditionally, it was just, sort of like a winter destination, but now with these flights year-round, then we now are moving to achieving the goal of making it a year-round destination. So it's a great input of into the economy in terms of hotel stays or Airbnb stays, rentals for cars. Also the bars, the restaurants, all of these get a cash infusion when you've got this new flight coming in. And we know that Trinidad people love to party. So without a doubt, the local bars are going to really benefit.
Marketing Officer Daniel Weeks explained the importance of the flight following the COVID-19 pandemic, noting that it gives more people across the Caribbean the opportunity to travel to St. Kitts.
The Caribbean was our second largest market. So now that we have Caribbean Airlines, it gives us the opportunity to get back to where we were before COVID. We have a lot of activities in St. Kitts and Nevis throughout the year. So having this flight gives Trinis the opportunity, to come over and party with us. So from Carnival to our music festival to CPL, it just gives you the option and the accessibility to get to St. Kitts.
Communications Coordinator Janet Boyd spoke about the authenticity of St. Kitts and what the island has to offer.
What we are encouraging people to do is not come for just sun, sea, and sand, but to venture into our history, our culture, romance, eco-adventures. Our island is a bit of still, it's unspoiled beauty. So it's still that quintessential destination. So as much as you would see some bit of modern aspects to it, as you drive around the island, you're still seeing the remnants of where our cane fields used to be. Our rainforest is expanding. So we still have that unspoiled. So it's a good mixture. And we tend to want to highlight what we have to offer. Our UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Brimstone Hill Fortress and National Park. We have Wingfield Estate. And we have many more attractions, our money shot, as Mr. Thompson would say, Timothy Hill, where you could see the Atlantic on your left and the Caribbean Sea on your right. So our island is just unspoiled, beautiful, mountainous in the middle, and then you're just greeted by the ocean on either side.
The Caribbean Airlines service into St. Kitts from Trinidad's Piarco Airport with a stop in Antigua began on Monday. The move is part of the airline's Eastern Caribbean expansion plans. As the government of St. Kitts and Nevis looks towards diversifying the economy, a wider variety of festivals is being considered in the orange economy. During the roundtable with media practitioners on Friday, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew was asked about venues the government will consider to reduce the financial burden. While giving other examples, Prime Minister Drew made mention of film festivals.
And we are looking at the film industry as well. We have not abandoned that. MSI is here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We have not abandoned that opportunity. And we want to create a film festival in St. Kitts and Nevis. We have a music festival. We want a film festival so that can become mainstream. Come to St. Kitts for film festival. Come to St. Kitts for music festival.
He also spoke to the government's recent input in the Musical Ambassador pilot project that saw artists such as De Jour and IMAC meeting up with Byron Messiah and Burna Boy in Jamaica about 2 weeks ago. The trip was headed by Musical Ambassador Kervin Infamous Benjamin.
Can you imagine if they can develop the orange economy, attract people into the country, and also provide employment for a whole set of directors, studio owners and so forth. That's a whole industry that we need to tap into. As a matter of fact, recently I think it was Anthony B who said that St. Kitts is getting it right, using music to grow the tourism economy, after he was here and saw an impressive music festival. So we are serious about the orange economy. Earlier this year, the reigning Calypso monarch went to Trinidad on workshops. I think she went with Banker Mass Camp, that I sponsored as well, because when you have this talent, and you have to have people with talent come forward. And so as they build out, they are going to generate jobs because they get bigger and they're in demand. They need a team, they need a crew, they need production, they need studio, they need on-stage dancers, they need a whole set of support that would create jobs.
He said these proposed endeavors will complement other international sporting events such as the Caribbean Premier League cricket tournament and the CONCACAF football matches that already take place in St. Kitts and Nevis. After the break, stakeholders to buffer social protection programs from shocks and police investigating non-fatal accident at Middle Island. Stay with us.
Get ready for the biggest sales.
50,000?
Get ready for the biggest sales event of the year. It's the Horseman Furniture and Appliances major sales event where we're slashing prices by 20% off on all major appliances. Are you looking for amazing deals on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and even microwaves? From the latest models to top brands, Horseman Furniture and Appliances has it all at unbeatable prices. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen or replacing old appliances, this is the perfect opportunity to get major savings and save big. These deals won't last forever. This is a limited time opportunity to snag the appliance of your dreams at 20% off and get double cashback coupons with every purchase. Don't miss out. The Horseman Furniture and Appliances major appliances sales event where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and microwaves. Hurry in today and make your home a major delight. Major savings, major discounts, 20% off on major appliances, plus double cashback for free groceries. Happening now at Horseman Furniture and Appliances. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
50,000?
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Stakeholders across St. Kitts and Nevis involved in community development, social services and disaster response are engaged in a 4-day shock-resistant social protection workshop being held at the NEMA conference room. The workshop began on Tuesday. Permanent Secretary responsible for social development, Azila Clark, said that the Federation has faced several challenges because of climate change and other natural disasters around the region. Ms. Clark said that the development of the action plan was an essential component of the meeting and encouraged all to participate fully, as the suggestions will be incorporated into existing response plans by various public sector agencies. Sarah Lionel, Program Policy Officer at the World Food Program, and Wendy Elliott, a local representative for UNICEF, were present at the program's launch. After the workshop, the support from the international agencies will continue with the integration of the outcomes into policies and legislation. The police are investigating a non-fatal traffic accident that occurred on Tuesday at Middle Island, St. Kitts. According to reports, between 7 and 7:30 a.m. on the Island Main Road near the Anglican Church, motor jeep P2040, which was being driven by Randy D'Souza of Stadium View Sandy Point, and motor car PB5811, which was being driven by Vincent Mulwayne of Grove Project St. Paul's, collided. Mr. D'Souza stated that while traveling from Sandy Point to Bastille along the Island Main Road, something hit his windscreen while he was passing through Middle Island and distracted him. As a result, he did not realize Mr. Mulwayne's car had stopped in front of him and he collided with its rear. Following the incident, Mr. Mulwayne's 2 passengers were transported to the JNF General Hospital by private vehicle for medical assessment. The Department of Social Services in the Nevis Island Administration has partnered with the Ministry of Agriculture to enhance and expand the department's food voucher assistance program. The initiative, which began as a relief program during the COVID-19 pandemic, has been rebranded to the Social Services Agricultural Products Food Voucher Program. During a ceremony to mark the rebrand on Friday, the Director of Social Services, Sandra Maynard, explained that the program has been retooled to include community-based farmers and agricultural agencies as part of the network from which persons on the program are able to purchase food items. Deputy Premier and Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Eric Evelyn, applauded the initiative and commended Mrs. Maynard and her staff for championing social services on Nevis. The Department of Social Services will roll out the new voucher program in August and intends to incorporate some 30 additional families presently under the Restore, Inspire, Secure and Empower RISE program. The voucher program will then run for 2 years. Beneficiaries of the assistance program are predominantly single-parent headed households, persons with disabilities, senior citizens, and families or individuals with low incomes or facing temporary financial difficulties. Coming up in regional news, Cuba celebrates